What Hamas has been able to accomplish, no one was able to accomplish. What could have they ever accomplished with such destruction? The answer is, they have united the Jewish world together. United the civilized world together like never before. We as Jewish people have been persecuted for thousands of years. When we get a break, a respite, at times we become complacent and we become apathetic with our own Jewishness. We become too relaxed with our liberties and freedoms that sometimes we even forget what it's like to be a Jew, what it's like to be Jewish. And we assimilate ourselves. And then once in a while, an awakening occurs. And as we have seen on October 7, when the Hamas terrorists breached the walls of Israel and massacred 1,400 innocents, young children, boys, girls, men, women, parents, siblings, grandparents, uncles, aunts, cousins. They did not discriminate whether the Jewish person was observant, were they Orthodox, were they conservative, were they Reform. That didn't make a difference to them. To them, they just wanted to kill every single Jew. As a matter of fact, it's been discovered how their plans were far worse than what has happened. Miraculously, they did not penetrate further into Israel as their original plans were. But what it did for the Israelis, it united the Israelis like never before. Hamas figured that they'll take advantage and terrorize us to create a schism between us that can never be fixed. But what they did was just the opposite. The Israelis mobilized together, holding on hands of unity like never before. I just want to share with you a posting that I saw today, that a soldier was able to come from the battlefield to the city for a funeral. After the funeral, she went to a cafe to have some lunch with her family members. The waitress saw that she was dressed in army uniform, that she's on duty. She served them plentiful. But at the end of the meal, she asked the waitress for the bill. And she said, "Nah, it's been paid for." Says, "By who?" And this soldier was a total secular, not religious soldier. And she points to a young girl, a teenager, standing by the door, a religious girl. Says, "She paid for all you." The soldier, who almost never interacted with another religious fellow girl, she went over and gave her a hug. She's never hugged a religious girl before. And the religious girl looks to her and says, "Could you please give me a blessing? A blessing that I could grow up to be like you." Now this is what Hamas has accomplished. It has brought out from each one of us our true essence, who we really are. It brought out from us our soul. Our bodies may be different. Our level of observances may be different. But we are one. Now that Israel is at war, each one of us needs to be awakened. Ask yourself a question. Am I sleeping? Am I awakened? This is the time when we, each one of us as a Jewish person, needs to wake up and realize that number one, the anti-Semitism has never gone away, will never go away. We'll never understand why they hate us as they do. We'll never understand why they want to annihilate us. We're the only religion, we're the only nation that others want total annihilation. Only God can answer that question. But for you and I, when we see what's happening in the world right now, we need to wake up. It's definitely a call to awaken. And I have seen so many Jewish people who have gone astray, who have gone dormant, who have become apathetic and complacent to the Jewishness, is now waking up. You may have seen that clip of the famous singer Matityahu, the rap singer. And he has been on a journey with his own Judaism, his identity. He just made a very public declaration how awakened he is now. And he's never felt more Jewish now than ever. And he's so much more inclined to return back to his roots now more than ever. This is indeed what the war is doing to us. It's uniting us, it's inspiring us, it's awakening us. So be part of the awakening. Be part of it. Let the spark in you begin to shine. And you realize, as much as we're going to try to assimilate, we're not going to be able to. It's not going to happen. Neither you can and neither you will ever be severed from God and Judaism. You're born a Jew. You will stand proud and tall. And this is the time now when we see the whole world turning on us, to see what's happening with these anti-Semitic rallies. We see what's happening in the college campuses. We see all that. It's only for one reason, for us to wake up and to really appreciate who we are and to really have a new awakening, get reconnected with your roots. Open up the bookcase, take out the prayer book, begin praying. If you had a bar mitzvah, take out the prayer tefillin, the leather boxes, and pray with them. If you haven't lit Friday night Shabbat candles, now's the time to do it. This is the time of war is when we have to wake up and realize that we have the power, the ability to secure victory in Israel. I want to share with you one of the many stories that are coming out of the ashes and the sadness of a religious family who one of the children went astray, decided to become secular, and he left the ways of tradition. But his parents were caring and loving and understanding parents, never criticized him, maintained a relationship and gave him all the freedom and space that he needed, never imposed on him on anything. And that relationship, very painful for the parents to see their child go astray and not partake in anything traditional Jewish. Well, it was hard for a religious family. It was this year, the week of October 7, when the son came home for a visit. And his father asked his son, says, maybe you could spend the weekend with us this weekend. Saturday is the last day of the Jewish high holiday season. It's a very joyous day. It's the happiest day of the year. And the son said, you know what, Daddy? My friend and I already have plans. We're going south. There is a music festival, a festival of peace, where we're going to be drinking and dancing all night long as free people. And people from all over the world are going to be there. And we're looking forward to this. We really want to go there. His father, with a premonition, for the very first time, asked the son gently, assertively, please, just this weekend, just this Shabbat, just spend this weekend with us. He says, Daddy, but we're going to miss out on all the drinking and dancing. So he told him with a smile, he says, you know what? Down the street, there is a Chabad synagogue, and they have a lot of alcohol to drink, and there's a lot of dancing going on all night long. Why don't you come and just dance with me and drink with me and let us get drunk together? Let's do that right here down the street. His son felt that this was unusual from his father to do this. He says, okay, I could do this, but only one favor can I ask? Can I bring my friend, Shaki, who the two of us were supposed to go to the festival together, and I don't want to let him down. Maybe he could stay with us as well, and he could get drunk with us together that night. And he says, absolutely, bring him along. Shaki is also a total secular who has never been to a synagogue before. They came, and it was still the holiday of Sukkot, and they did some prayers, and then after the meal, they went to the synagogue to begin dancing, and indeed, there was lots of alcohol. They were dancing and they were celebrating amazingly till the early hours of the morning. When the father woke up, his boy, who was not religious, checked his phone and saw what happened at the music festival that he was supposed to be. He shared it with his friend. When his father woke up, his friend ran to his father, gave such a hug, said, thank you for saving my life. By you inviting us to your house, we weren't at the music festival. We survived it. How can I thank you? The three of them embraced each other and realizing the miracle. And the son realized, through honoring my parents, the Ten Commandments says, you will be blessed with long years. He honored his parents by staying with them for that weekend, and his life and his friend's life was spared. These are one of the many, many, many stories of survival and miracles that occurred. For us, it's about the awakening, the great awakening. Let's transform the darkness of this massacre into a spirit of light. Let's transform the sadness, the losses, into something greater and better. I'll never forget, after the terrorist attack that I survived at our synagogue on April 27, 2019, I was devastated. I was shattered. Mrs. Lori Lynn Gilbert Kay was murdered right in front of my eyes. I lost my 2 fingers by 2 bullets from an AR-15 from a young 19-year-old terrorist who breached our synagogue. What was I to do? How do I survive? How do I move on in life from this? I'll never forget the realization that I cannot change what happened, but I could change how I'm going to react. I live with the pain of these 2 lost fingers every day, but I also live with the gratitude and thanks of being alive and having the ability to talk to you, and having the ability to inspire the world, and having the ability to spend another day alive, and to be able to share as much love, hope, and happiness with others. That is what means becoming awake. Not to go into a deep slumber, into despair, into darkness, but rather wake up, see the sunshine, and realize that we are Jews, we are proud Jews. Yisroel Chai, the nation of Israel is alive and will live on. We have survived many such pogroms, we have survived many massacres and holocausts, but we are still here, we'll always be here, so be part of it. Wake up. Go to your local synagogue, get reconnected, bring your family together, start keeping the Shabbat, start keeping kosher, start being Jewish and being proud of who you are. You know, if they hate us, give them a reason to hate us. Why they hate us? Because we're different. If you're different, then be different. Let's carry the flag of Judaism, of God, the morals and ethics that we have been taught through the Torah. The world may not like it and hate us because of it, but we know we're going with the flag of God, and God will protect us, and God will definitely bring salvation and victory to our brothers and sisters in Israel. Wake up! Get reconnected! Your soul is waiting for that. God bless you. God loves you. May God bless our brothers and sisters who are fighting for the survival of Israel to come home safely and well. And may God bring back all of the hostages miraculously, speedily. Amen.